Hey, it's Jesse here. I am a little bit early in the chapel. This morning is our final session at Malaga Camp, and there's going to be about 30 students coming in this morning. This has been a 6-day retreat, preaching 12 times, and God's bringing revival. Students are confessing sins they've never confessed before, forgiving people they never forgave before, and some are even accepting Christ for the first time and encountering the love of Christ. But I wanted to share something I shared with someone recently. I thought this might be helpful for you. If you've dealt with abuse in your life, whether that's physical abuse or sexual abuse, it can be really traumatizing. Now, I actually have never dealt with this. Thank God He's, had protected me from that. But many people have gone through abusive experiences. And as I was sharing with someone, it came to my mind to encourage them and to tell them Jesus was abused too. Jesus was abused too. So if you've been abused in any type of way, I want to encourage you to lean into Jesus for healing. Here's why. Jesus was physically abused. He was assaulted. He was beaten. He had the beard ripped out of him. He had his crown of thorns pierced into him. These thorns were super thick, and they actually pierced in, and he was bleeding out of his head. Like, if you ever touch a thorn, I do landscaping, it hurts. But imagine having a crown of thorns piercing into your head. It actually says that they tore Jesus' garments and they cast lots for them. So Jesus was left half naked on a cross with probably nothing except a loincloth to cover him. And so Jesus was physically mocked, beaten, spit on. That's physical abuse right there. That's emotional abuse. And Jesus went through that, and he came out, and he rose again after that. So I just want to encourage you, if you've been abused in your life, physically, sexually, emotionally, Jesus can relate to that. Jesus was abused by those who should have loved him, and Jesus said, it's by his wounds that you're healed. So when you feel the wounds of the suffering in your life, just remember, Jesus has wounds too. Jesus has wounds too. Even after Jesus rose again, he still has holes in his hands. Remember, he showed Thomas. He said, see the holes in my hands. Why did Jesus not heal those holes? He could have easily done that. It was because he still identifies as the wounded healer, so that he's relatable to you and I. For we don't have a high priest who's unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who is tempted in every way just like us, yet without sin. Guys, Christ can relate. He's able to deal gently with the ignorant and wayward, for he himself is beset with weakness. So, if you've been abused, connect to Jesus. He can understand more than anyone else, and he can comfort you, and he can strengthen you, and he can even later use you to be a vessel of hope for others going through the same suffering. God bless.